Hey guys, let's talk real quick about bad situations in trucking. And trucking will have things happen to you all the time. It may be traffic, accidents, hopefully less accidents and more accidents, or hopefully no accidents altogether than any accidents, issues, damaged freight, damaged equipment, breakdowns, repairs, bad shops, bad people, good people. Everything will be happening to you because it's trucking. And in trucking, your world is moving at 65 miles an hour. So things will be happening because you are moving 65 miles an hour faster than the rest of the world for 11 hours a day, give or take. All right, so we're gonna talk about the issue. First, I'm gonna explain briefly what happened, and then I'm gonna share what I think about it. And I also want you guys to let me know in the comments under this video, what do you guys think about this whole situation? Who is responsible, who's at fault, who's the bad guy here, who's the good guy here, or maybe it's just a neutral situation that needs to be learned from. So basically, apparently the driver behind me, the truck behind me, was directed by the receiver or the shipper, I don't know at this point. No, it was the receiver. So he was directed by receiver to go under the bridge that apparently was 13-2, because apparently thousands of trucks that are coming to his location always get under that bridge, no problem, and basically it's never a problem. So the receiver suggests the driver that ignore the signs, go under, you're gonna be fine because we have thousands of trucks coming there every single day. All right, so now the driver goes under the bridge, pops the trailer wide open. So now it's like I don't remember which trailer he has, most likely Wabash or maybe utility, but now it's Cabrio edition at this given point in time. And then the receiver feels a certain way about that whole situation. He signs a statement saying that he directed the driver to go under that bridge, and he's gonna carry the responsibility. Here's the challenge. Like, I got pretty upset about this whole situation at the beginning, so I removed myself out of this because we don't need a bunch of emotional people running around and, you know, causing more damage than it already is. But basically, I was presented that the receiver is an upstanding guy who accepts his fault, and he's gonna pay for the damages. Once he learned that how much are the damages, because as of right now, the estimate is around $11,000, $12,000, $13,000, somewhere in there. You know, I think the estimate is closer to 12, but as the work progresses, it can be slightly less, slightly more. For the most part, it's always more. Some of you that's been around, you already know that. So now the receiver says that, signs the statement, and everybody is so happy that, hey, look, what a bad situation, but you know, the receiver is such a good guy, and now we are out of the woods. Well, here's the problem. First of all, we're not out of the woods because at the end of the day, even if we're gonna be able to collect well, once the receiver did find out how much the repairs are gonna cost, then he changed his tone, saying that he's only gonna cover the deductible. So as we do the deductible option, that means that the claim is going to be on our insurance policy, and next year through the whole fleet, we're probably gonna spend extra $25,000 just based on this incident alone, because we're gonna be high risk carrier. Obviously, this is not the only incident that we had this year, but every incident starts adding up, and a lot of times it adds up quite a bit, and it does affect you for at least 2-3 years coming up. It affects you mostly on your renewal, and then the second year it affects you a little bit less, and then the third year it affects you even less than that. So apparently, based on the last information that I have received from safety now that upstanding receiver is no longer picking up a phone. So all that talk about him carrying the responsibility is out the window pretty much at this point. However, the problem is the people that are still going to be dealing with that issue, which is the company and the driver. And one thing that I really want to make a point on this video is, guys, we stress it really hard all the time. It doesn't matter who says what. You, as a driver, have to make a decision, and if it is not safe, do not do it. So, for example, we always teach during the orientations that if you arrive at the receiver or the shipper, let's say customer, right? And it is unsafe to get to the dock, whatever the reason is. Let's say it's one of those downward docks and it's full of water. You should not be getting in because you do not know what's under that water. You just shouldn't. We have to keep their stuff in order, just the same way that you guys, owner-operators, have to keep your trucks in order. That us, as a carrier, we have to keep our trailers in a good working order. So everybody has to do their part for this industry to be better. So anything else, like we had a situation where there was some kind of hole very close in front of the dock, and the driver refused to go into the dock. And guess what? And we dealt with that. We reached out to a broker, and eventually we ended up sending the truck to a different location to unload, because safety first. You're not gonna get very far away by being a nice guy. The shippers will use everything against you all the time. We had another situation where it was kind of similar. With downgoing dock, the shipper, well, the driver started kind of touching the landing gear by going into this dock. Obviously, he did not call us. He decided to be a nice guy to the shipper. Bottom line is, the shipper told him again, same thing. 1,000 trucks a day gets into this dock, and it's never a problem. And now you are the problem. Your truck is a problem. Your trailer is a problem. So the driver starts backing in, breaks off the landing gear. The whole landing gear with more damage to the floor. So the shipper, same thing, is a nice guy only for as long as it took for the driver to get out of his property. After getting unloaded, he promised that he's gonna pay for the damages. And then when it was actually time to pay for the damages, he was like, get the fuck out of here, because unless you wanna pay for the scratches that your landing gear caused to my pavement, don't call me again. And he's kind of right. He's a piece of shit, but he's right. Same thing with this guy that told our driver to apparently go under that bridge, and he's a piece of shit, allegedly. Nothing is finished yet, so we don't know. Maybe he's just on vacation, maybe he's just busy or whatever, not to be able to answer the phone. However, the chances are he's just a piece of shit, and the chances are that he's not gonna help driver to pay the deductible, and the chances are that driver is going to be left on his own in that situation. So well, not on his own, driver and us. So as of right now, the decision has been made. We are revisiting the problems. We are talking to the driver right now, kind of revisiting the training portion, getting the statement of what exactly happened and so on. And then we are going to do a quick retraining on drivers' responsibilities, because unfortunately, nobody but us and the driver who is going to be left with a damage to this whole situation. And the shipper, it doesn't matter what we say. And I think we still teach that at a, in this, I'm sure it's an answer question CDL test. We also teach it in CDL schools. It doesn't matter that somebody told you to go and back into this place or do this or do that. As a driver, you carry the bottom line responsibility, the ultimate responsibility, and you need to be safe. You need to get out and look, and if in question, if you are doubting, do not do it, because at the end of the day, you will be responsible for it. And all these nice people that are gonna give you a lip service until you get out of their property are gonna do just that, give you a lip service, and we will be living their life after that, and you will be left dealing with all the headaches and damages and the problems that you are dealing with. So use your own head, get out and look, pay attention, don't listen to nobody. If it is unsafe, you as a driver have to make a phone call and an ultimate call and say, you know what, this is unsafe, I'm not going to do that. And that's how you protect your business, your owner-operator business. That's how you protect our business. That's how you protect our relationship. That's how we protect each other to run a successful business on both sides, carrier and the owner-operator. So I'm really curious, what do you guys think about this whole situation? Who do you think is at fault? Who has to carry the most responsibility and, emotional responsibility? What about righteousness? Let's talk about righteousness. Let's talk about hate. Let's talk about responsibility. Let's talk about get out and look. Let's talk about everything we got to talk about in the comments below. All right, guys, take care.